Hi Taurus, Trishna here. Welcome to your August 2019 reading. Before we get into the reading, I want to let you know that if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, I am going to have a video on how you can do that and how that process works. That'll be posted at the end of this week once all of the zodiac sign videos are up. So keep an eye out for that. So getting into your August 2019 reading, what I'm feeling for you is I feel like leading up into August, you are, I wouldn't necessarily say calm, but you are in a significantly calmer state of mind than you were maybe the past month or the past couple of months. You were feeling pretty frantic before, and I feel like right now you've really slowed down your pace, and I feel like you're focusing on the few things. And I say that I wouldn't necessarily call you calm, and that's because you have really slowed down, but I feel like you also feel a little bit antsy because you're not used to slowing down at all, not to mention this much at this level. But I feel like it's good for you, and I feel like you're focusing on the few things. And I don't necessarily know that those few things are exactly the right things, but I feel like you're focusing on really important things. And whatever it is that you're focusing on, the few things that you're really putting your attention towards, I feel like those things are going to lead to the right things. Because before, you're all over the place, not really able to find the right thing. And I think that now that you've slowed down, you've kind of, the birds are being a little loud. But now that you've really slowed down, you've relaxed and you've opened up your energy, and so now the right things can come to you versus you having to go out there and find them and seek them and all of that. So I feel like this is a really, really good place for you. I feel like the month of August is going to be slow for you. Like this slowing down phase is going to continue throughout August. I feel like it's going to be excruciatingly slow for you just because you're not used to working at this pace. So I feel like the actual pace that you're going to be at is going to be pretty standard. It's going to be a pretty productive schedule. It's going to be the average person's productive schedule. Okay, let me reword that. It's going to be, think about a productive person, like a typical productive person that you know in your life. They tend to have a pretty busy schedule too. And so you're going to be at that level. Your typical schedule is like 10 times that level. Like you guys are workhorses. You like to be involved in everything. You like to help out everywhere in every area of life and every opportunity that exists. You like to be there. You like to be helping. You like to be in the middle of it. You like to be doing. You like to be of service. So, there's the typical productive person who is productive. You're going to be at that level versus your normal level, which is like 10 times that. So the month is going to feel slow for you, but you are going to be productive. And I feel like even though it's going to be slow and it's going to feel excruciating to you in some ways, I feel like this is really what you need. And I think that you know that you need it too, because it's good to be it's good to be that workhorse and to have that strong work ethic and to be a part of everything and helping everyone. But it's not sustainable if you don't take breaks in between. And so I feel like August is going to be that break for you. And you don't need to worry because this isn't going to ruin your work ethic or your work habits, and this isn't going to be for forever. I feel like you're going to pick back up to your regular pace around September, at the very latest, probably mid September. You're going to be back to your usual nose to the grindstone self, because there is no way that you are going to be sitting pretty as we get closer to the end of the year, because you like to finish the end of the year strong. So I wouldn't worry. I would say try to enjoy this month as much as possible. I know it'll feel very, very slow for you, but you need it, and I think you know that you need it, and it's not going to be for forever. So I think that around the second half of the month, because things are going to be really slow for you and that's going to be a little hard for you to handle, I feel like you're going to take maybe a little bit of a slump, but I feel like it's going to lead to some very good things. I feel like because things are so slow, you're going to have to find ways to entertain yourself. You're going to have to find ways to do other things, and I think that that's going to lead you to pursuing hobbies that maybe you wouldn't have let yourself pursue before. I feel like I'm getting the word guilty pleasures. You're going to start indulging in some of these guilty pleasures. I put it in quotes because when I think of guilty pleasure, I think of watching some trashy TV show that you secretly like, or maybe eating a lot of junk food that is a little too much, a little too overindulgent. But I feel like for you, it's not going to be something like that. Like, yeah, maybe you'll watch some trashy. And again, like, I want to put trashy in quotes because, I mean, what you like is what you like. And, I mean, people create these trashy TV shows because there is an audience for it. So don't feel guilty about that because you're not the only one. If you were the only one, they would not create those shows because only like one person isn't gonna sustain the production of that entire trashy show. So, but anyways, so I don't feel like your guilty pleasures this month are going to necessarily be that. Like there may be some of that because you're going to be bored and you're going to go indulge into things that you secretly enjoy or that are really fun that you normally wouldn't let yourself do. But I also feel like there's going to be guilty pleasures in terms of hobbies. Maybe there's certain interests that you have or hobbies that you don't let yourself do because you're always too busy working, and so you don't really allow yourself the time to play and to be creative and to have fun with something that you're just doing for the sake of enjoyment or just doing it, or you're just doing it to pass the time. And now you have all this time that you need to pass, so you're gonna start indulging in that. And I think you're gonna have so much fun. I think you're gonna have so much fun getting involved in these hobbies. I think it's gonna be so good for you. I'm really excited about this for you because I feel like it's going to light up certain areas of yourself that maybe you've closed yourself off from, that creative, fun, playful, childlike sense of joy, sense of living that you don't you don't really have. And I don't even know that you really had that in your childhood just because of your personality. Like that's just not something that you probably did as a kid. Fun wasn't really fun without meaning wasn't something that you really did. I think you've always been more of the productive kind of personality, and now you're in this phase where like what else am I going to do? Like I have nothing else to do. There's nothing productive that I can do right now. So I guess I need to find something to spend my time with. And so I think that this is going to be a really nice connection to your internal core, your internal fun, happy place. I'm not saying that you were never fun before. I'm just saying that like you had a different mentality and now you're forced, but you'll enjoy it. Force is the wrong word. You're going to have fun. Now you're having to have this different mentality, and it is just going to light you up in so many ways. It feels really good. You're going to be really happy about it. You're going to enjoy it. So really indulge yourself in that. And I think that this is going to be really important for you long term because once you hit September or mid September and you start hitting the ground running again, you're going to need something that allows you to sustain working that hard for such long periods of time. Like I was saying before, it's good that you have this really good work ethic, but it's not sustainable unless you can take breaks. And I feel like when you have this hobby, it's going to be something that sticks with you. It's going to be an interest that you keep alongside. And so sometimes you'll want to work, but sometimes you'll want to go back to play. And I feel like that balance will be really good because it'll be like a 2/3 work, 1/3 play balance, which I think is really good for you. And it will help you sustain your work ethic for longer periods of time and not need as many breaks because you're going to be doing things that are fun, that help your energy flow, that relax you, that light you up, that put you in a really good positive frame of mind that is needed in order to manifest things in your life and create the life that you want. Because up to this point, you've mostly been focusing on the action portion of it and not so much the spirit portion of it or the creation portion of it. And you need both. Like the action portion is really good, but you end up working harder than you really need to. You need to have both sides, and that really is the perfect combination. And so when you have this new hobby or this new interest, it's going to help you. It's going to give you that combination that's going to be a lot more fulfilling for you. You're going to feel a lot more fulfilled. And I think this kind of goes back to maybe a reading that we did in, I want to say May, where I think you kind of find your purpose, and then you're going to go through a month of that purpose being questioned, and you're going to walk out of it being more solid in your purpose. I feel like part of what you've been missing is a sense of fulfillment. Like you have fun doing the work that you do, but you don't know how it all ties in together or like where it's all going. You just kind of have a lot of different interests and you're serving in a lot of different ways, and that's fun, but again, how does it tie together? And I feel like when you have this hobby and then you go off and live your life the way that you have been, but you have this hobby with you, it adds this layer of fulfillment and this layer of happiness to your life that I think will help you really move forward in the direction of your purpose and even more fulfillment and true inner deep fulfillment, the fulfillment that you're looking for. So I think all of this is very positive, and yeah, really the guidance is just go with it. Go with the fun, let yourself indulge in those interests, and know that this is good for you and this is supporting you in different ways. Like you have been supporting you in the physical realm of like the work and the career and just everything in the physical realm, and this is going to be supporting you in the energetic self-love, universal guidance and support realm. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you earned your like and your subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.